All right, it's another late night talk in beautiful Melbourne, Australia, and yeah, I just have some notes up there on my monitor that I want to go across, right? And in today's video, I want to go across this dilemma of when we have a vision for what we want to do with our lives, and we have a plan, or we think we have a plan, right? And then when someone comes into that plan, like maybe a relationship comes into this plan, and then I start to think, what, how do I approach this? All right, that's kind of what I want to go over today. Just some quick thoughts. All right. So here's a little dilemma. Is like, how do we know that if we allow this person to come into, our lives, that they will be impactful, good, bad, right? But realistically, what I like to think now, I'm still learning, but what I want to think is life is like a banquet, right? This is what the Stoics taught, that life is like a banquet, but you get your turn when the food comes around, and either it passes you by or it stays, okay? And we have to accept the fact that this is natural and don't get too bogged down about it, okay? Also, another thing is that not to be too attached to this, ideal life or vision that you want to create. Because you can create it once, yes, but then, we can't just not allow someone to come into our lives just because of this idea of our dream life, right? Because there's so many different realities that maybe we let this person in, that another new reality opens up that's much better than the one we previously imagined. Because it's not all just about wealth, right? So I talked about this in some other video before, but there was health, wealth, happiness, and it was like success, something like this. And if we have all these pillars, then we can enjoy our lives a bit more. All right. And number 5 is to have a mission of like a mission is very different from a goal, okay? Because a mission is more, okay, this is what it should look like at the end goal, not, okay, I don't want, these relationships to form, or this person to come in like this. Because, life never happens as planned. That's just a natural way of how the universe works, right? And yeah, I think we just gotta take it as it is, on face value, and keep moving forward, right? And just learn along the way. Yeah. That's one thing, I've started to learn. Emotional intelligence, like not to avoid connection, not to avoid the human touch, right? Because in the world of AI, even I've noticed myself when I talk to ChatGPT a lot about my issues, like when I can't think straight, even just for little tasks I ask it, right? I can't imagine what it's going to be like 10 years from now. Like, it's going to be in our brain where we won't even need to type anymore or physically move. We'll just have to think, and then it'll happen. That's when a whole new psychological just layer is unraveled, right? But yeah, I think that's all for today's video. And tomorrow I'm probably going to come out with a video more in depth about how AI will impact real estate, not just real estate in general, but mid-sized real estate agencies, right? Because there's going to be a very split difference between the ones who will succeed and the ones who won't. And those who won't are going to be the ones that are too ignorant to change. It's just like, during the Industrial Revolution and the dot-com boom, and then the progression of technology. Like, if they don't catch on and innovate and want to integrate all these new systems and better ways of performing minuscule tasks, then it's never going to work out. Okay, but more on that tomorrow. Goodbye. Thank you for listening.